I actually want to dive into your story.
Oh,
Because you're originally from Peru.
yes, it's where the accent comes from.
Well, it's cooler than mine. Tell us kind of when you knew you wanted to be an attorney, and then specifically why you went into personal injury, because that's something
Yes.
different too, right? Like,
Yes.
okay, you're like, everyone, okay, attorney. Every attorney, every practice of law, it's different. That's why there are different practices.
Yes.
So kind of what led you on this journey?
Yes. So yes, I'm originally from Peru. I actually went to law school in Peru before moving to the States. So I'm being always amazed, and I always wanted to be an attorney since I was a little girl. So some people may know this. So I grew up in a home with my grandparents. It's kind of common sometimes. My dad traveled a lot. So while my dad was away, we lived with my grandparents for a period of time.
Okay.
So my grandparents were ministers, evangelic ministers.
Yeah, okay.
So they did always support the community. Their home was always open. We had people that come in and out. And he always said, you don't need to have a lot to give. Right, whatever you have, even your little time, whatever it is, somebody needs. Sometimes just listening, right?
Right.
So they were able to help their community any way they could. But when somebody was having a legal matter, a legal issue, especially when people are, underprivileged, or they have economics, or they're in a bad spot in their life, adding up a legal problem, it just becomes overwhelming. And of course, he cannot help. So I grew up with that mentality. Like when I grow up, I want to be an attorney. My goal was hopefully to provide a lot of pro bono work, and I'm actually able to do that now through the firm at the work that we do for our clients. But also, we're very involved in the community, and we're very involved with pro bono work as well.
So, what kind of directed you specifically to personal injury when you were thinking, okay, I want to help people?
Yes, and that's one of the things that sometimes things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
So when I moved to the States, I already have legal experience. I did an internship for 2 years in the doing criminal, and the I think it's called. It's trying to translate it. It's like the public defender's office.
Okay. Yeah.
Something like that. And so I have some legal background, and I was learning English. I did study English in Peru, but it's different when you move to other states. So as I was looking for a job, and I was volunteer at the Latin America Association in their immigration department, and they were posting jobs, for different things. So I applied for some in a law firm, other different areas of law, and also outside, public, Target, whatever. At that time, I just wanted to get a job to be able to speak more, because that's so important. And I ended up with a firm that did personal injury, and that was my mentor. One it's called Flynn and Gottlieb, Ned Flynn. Shout out, he's a great attorney.
Nice.
I'm being just so lucky, to be honest with you. I just come across people that become my mentors, that really care. I think good things come around, right? So I started working for him as a part-time legal assistant. I ended up being his senior paralegal firm manager. I did some of his marketing. I was with him for almost 8 years. It's a long time.
Wow.
So, and I love it. At that point, I think I found my niche. And later on, when I went to law school and I did all of that, I'm like, well, maybe I want to change. And I was already working for Randy. And I decided maybe I always wanted to do maybe international law or import-export, something like that. But then the more I thought about it, the more I actually got into law, and then I just realized I was where I needed to be.